waste your time with me.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Press E. Okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
What the heck? Don't give medicine?
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Yes, this one? There was something.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful, I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
What the?
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Right in the hospital.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Yeah, I thought she would have something, but I guess we have to wait a day or something.
I'm all right. Don't waste your
Okay.
time with me.
That one. Done. Okay, gewinne.
You always knew the
Okay,
words to
shit.
calm the children, Ellen. As for me,
I know that Pembroke will prevail.
He was. Remember, Citizens' Blood will provide you a massive XP boost.
And survive this epidemic.
I think she was outside somewhere. Huh? Yes.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett in our situation?
I can't say I approve of what you did. But as a field surgeon, I know that some situations require you to bend the rules.
I'm not proud of what I've done, but to contain the epidemic must be our priority, so we can't afford to lose Dr. Tippett.
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
I hope you're right. This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr. Tippett must regain his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you and me. He doesn't need to know you found out.
Didn't fail. He already knows. Sir. Still have a hint locked though. Covering. I think we are done with her. Yeah.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Okay, so that one is done now. Yes. That one seems to be too high level for us currently. That's the one over there. Chamberlain, you can't like have several up at once. But that one seemed a little bit too high level currently. Was a level 16 in there.
I wish I could be sick again.
Oh yeah. We heard that chatter.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Goodbye,
No,
Mr.
him.
Chidana.
They can't get in there. Okay. Let's go up to and talk to Edgar Swansea. And what is it we need for what?
Please, Jonathan, come in.
Coming.
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Hey, Edgar.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Okay. What can we take from Europe? Letter of Rakesh Shadana. Dear Dr. Swansea, I will be glad to manage the temporary morgue as soon as it's open. As I have already told you, I was a doctor during the war and I will be glad to serve my country again. No, it's not the same thing being a physician for the dead as it is for the living, but I believe it is important to welcome and take good care of our departed too. Rest assured, I will do my best to fully perform this new duty to the best of my ability. Concerning the question of my qualifications, I'm sorry I can't give you anything more valuable than my parole. I swear to you that my regiment made me a doctor during the war, and that I saved many lives. If my word is not enough, you can contact the military administration to verify my experience and skills. They will confirm that even if I never followed any medical studies, the war taught me what a doctor really needs to know. Okay, Rakesh. Have a little chat with him, huh? Warning letter. Dear Dr. Swansea, I must inform you of my deepest reservations concerning Dr. Strickland and Harvey Fiddick case. The Fiddick has been hospitalized after a severe work injury. May permanently lose the use of his arm if not treated adequately. Dr. Strickland claims that the surgical procedure may save the man's arm completely. I say it may also sever its functions for good if complications arise. Our young colleague is odious, daring surgeon who might prove a great professional in a few years. But for now, he lacks the skill to perform such a risky procedure. Need I remind you of the mistakes he made in the past? Since Dr. Strickland refuses to listen to me, I strongly advise you to forbid him to perform such a hazardous experiment. Okay. Various species of vampires. Cool. Let's see if he has something.
Do you need something, Jonathan?
I have questions.
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
You mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
Okay.
Since I'm the one working for you, what should I know about Pembroke Hospital?
Well, for many years, we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as provide health care.
Where do we stand today?
Well, to be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis. The first wave of the Spanish flu last summer took us by surprise. We lack many of the basic necessities needed.
What do you expect of me?
What we need is hope. You were a soldier. This is a war. This white coat's still a uniform. We fight to help the poor, the sick of the East End, the forgotten.
Okay.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires, what could you tell me about my condition and how it came about?
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings, and the penny dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
The sun. The morning following my transformation. Its rays burned me. There was pain, smoke, and my skin blackened.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire. You feed, and blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
Okay.
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe, was he a vampire?
He was a Skald, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire, others something else.
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Skald?
A Skald is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
How do Skalds come into existence?
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
Okay, they didn't really say anything.
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar.
How can I level up? But I want to check on craft. This one seems good. We need one more common handle part, which he sold. Buy one of those. Upgrade that. This one needs common. pretty low increase of damage, so 5 more. It's like 10. And like damage or blood points, that's probably damage. This one require common trigger part. He sold at 2, only 1 I think. Okay. So this recycles into various tartrate. Keep these because it's good to have to be able to recycle some stuff, I guess. This just make 1. Those what we have. Get to in. Kidoki. I have to remember that I can get up that way. Oh yeah, he sold...
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Maybe. Oh.
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins is thinking of leaving the hospital?
That's not a surprise. We've talked about it already.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away while we can. Question is, where can we go? Where is it safe?
Yeah. Maybe we talked about this already?
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone tried to make money from them.
What kind of secrets?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reed. If you want to know more, you better talk to Harriet Jones. She's the oldest patient here.
Okay. We are all done with him. Yes. Need to have a little chat with him. Yeah, we happened to kill him. Okay, so we need to talk to...
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Yep. I'll buy... Buy that one. You used up one cosmos. Fine. We can upgrade our weapon. That's what Chat with
The
lady.
flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Can I just kill him then?
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Okay. I'll remember. Upgrade our weapon. Press the D. I've 2.5 bloods. Damn it. .5 blood. It will be able to hit 3 times, probably 7.5 blood. Tempting, but damage is also good though. We need now 6 coming. Oh, okay. It means we can actually get a lot of blood sucking from the weapon, which is a good thing, I guess. I think I'm gonna go with the blood. Oh, we can get both. Then you pick which one you want, or... a little bit increased as or one or the other. Okay. I'd like to upgrade this one. $200 damage. Okay. Harriet, where are you? She's in there. Let's see. Yeah, while I remember it.
Good evening,
Chat with this
Dr.
little
Reed.
fella.
Such a pleasure to see you again.
Okay, so that didn't count towards that.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
No, wait.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you
Maybe
again.
it's hidden in... There we go.
Tell me the truth about your appointment as a medic during the war, Rakesh.
The regiment administration appointed me by mistake. I had to learn the job on the spot, sir. Very hard, sir, but I rose to the challenge.
Huh.
You can't impersonate a doctor. You can't improvise a medical education. People could die at your hands.
You're absolutely right, sir. But as a field surgeon, it was more like being a butcher.
Do you believe you have really helped these people?
My ratings were within the averages of the regiment. I saved lives, Dr. Reed. Does that not say enough about triage and war surgery?
Do you realize how many soldiers died because of that decision? You should have refused.
Yes, sir. I swear I did, sir. But no one listened. When the first wounded arrived, I had to do what I could.
It is an unbelievable story, Mr. Chidana.
It was a time beyond belief, Dr. Reed. But I'm happy not to deal with the wounded. I prefer caring for the dead now.
Okay.
Have you heard of someone blackmailing people in the hospital?
Pardon me, sir, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Well, I remember that part. There we have Strickland.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Have you heard any talk of blackmail going on in the hospital?
If you're running some official inquiry, you had better question the patients. They know more than the staff, especially old Miss Jones.
There's nothing else there.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Have a little chat with Ackroyd.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Okay.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
Other people may say that's too conservative a point of view.
Conservative? And what are you going to say to Mr. Fiddick if he loses his arm because of the operation? Because that's what's going to happen if the surgery is a failure.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Okay, nothing else there.
Have you heard about any blackmail?
Because I'm
going
talking
on
to
at this
him in a way.
Blackmail? Nonsense.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
It means we can get in here now finally. Okay. Well, if there's anything to pick up first. Royal Garden Hall Theatre. Clyde Fitch presents Doris Fletcher's Sappho. Okay.
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse, or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
Okay.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
Okay, let's see what happens.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off, they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
This. Oh.
I wish I could be sick again.
Disgust.
My blood boil with the fever.
I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first.
Hello, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
And that was it. Yes, we've done that. We have nothing more here.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses?
I would just come back to
Let
this
me
again.
guess.
Yeah.
You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones.
I
Do
didn't
not
even.
pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
Okay, we're done
Goodbye,
with
Nurse
Hawkins.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Nothing.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Do we have anything to say to him again?
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
No. There and nothing there.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
I have no time for such triviality, my dear colleague. We're here to save lives.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
There's Dorothy Queen. Why does it show? Press V to activate your senses. If it's going to be especially hot, will emit a distinctive glow. By looking at the citizens, you unlock a special reaction.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals, or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Okay. Oh shit. You're a 5. Come on, buddy. Why? That blocking didn't work. Timing on the blocking is sucks. When it's blue, it's a bit of a rare one. The way here. Okay. Let's follow that fog then and see what he has. Doo-doom. Poplar sewer. Oh. Can't get down there. Okay.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Okay. Why isn't that? Oh my god. Okay. So annoying when you're fighting in that narrow parts and you can't like get by them. flop of me missing that. Wonder if we deal with this guy first. What? Oh shit! Right. Okay. Way to go. Second. This is trail goes that way. We can also go this way. Looks like it's gonna be a little bit of a boss fight, huh? Why isn't my blocking working? I'm so... Sometimes it works fine, and sometimes it's like, oop. Okay, that's just a different way down there. Seal it up. See what's up this way. Citizen to save. Careful, the intenders may not survive the next night. Go check on him. Oh shit, there's two of them. Let's loot first. No point in doing this.
I can't breathe!
Ah, come! Oh, come on, I pressed freaking dodge. Oh. Blocking is so bad. Okay, let's see what he has to say then.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're safe now. Do you think you can reach the street by yourself?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Citizen rescued, yeah. Okay. Oh, let's go down there. Can we go down this way? Or do we have to go around? We have to go. Yummy, yummy rats. Oh, what the?
What
Why
sort
can't
of
I?
creature is this?
Oh, what the? One shot actually missed him. Had no. Oh, come on, what the? It's like instant reach. Oh! Stamina. Oh my god, what the hell? Come on. That's ridiculous reach, man. What the heck, man? What's that turnaround all of a sudden?
Here's what's left of him.
Jesus.
Not a lot to check, but I should anyway.
There's Crane's voucher. If you're sick, if you have no money, whoever you are, wherever you're from, come see Dorothea to get help. No tricks, no charges, no questions asked. Just find Darius Fresco's house and present this coupon.